Hey guys, happy Thursday. It's 8 a.m. and I'm stuck in traffic as usual. Look at this parking lot. Off to run a group, but thought I'd make a video. I haven't made a video in a long time, and what better way to kill time? I hope I don't crash. Okay, so people think I'm a weirdo sitting here talking to myself. Okay, the theme this week has been fear, and it's one of the things I'm talking about in my Mindset online program, but also it's something I've been talking about with my clients. I think fear is the greatest, although fear is an emotion, I think it's a mental block, and I think it's the greatest mental block that prevents us from our goals, from our potential, and ultimately our purpose. And fear, a lot of people think, when they think they're afraid of something, they usually think that it's surface stuff, but it comes from somewhere much deeper. It comes from a core belief. For example, and believing in that core belief, which I think is a false belief, is what produces the fear. So, for example, say if I wanted to, my goal was to write a book, and I'm afraid to do that. Why am I afraid? So if I ask myself why I'm afraid, it's because I'm afraid that I won't finish it. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that I'm a half-ass. And that's a theme that has been occurring throughout my life. And, you know, people, parents, family have always called me a half-ass because I start something but I don't finish it. So that's been this negative core belief that I have, right? So because of that, right? And what does it mean that if I'm a half-ass? Then it means that I'm a failure. Okay, so that's the belief. That's the false belief, is that I'm a failure. And because of that belief, fear is being produced. And because of my fear, I'm not able to, or I'm not allowing myself to write a book because I'm afraid. So it's usually a belief that hangs on something, and it's usually your worth. So if I don't finish this book, then I am a half-ass or a failure. So that's a very powerful sentence, right? And because there's so much at stake, which is my worth, right? Because who wants to be a failure? I'm not going to write this book. That's why I'm afraid of it. So what you have to do is first you have to figure out why you're afraid, and you have to ask yourself constantly where the fear is coming from and what is the meaning behind it, and just keep peeling layers. What is the meaning? Why? What is the meaning? And when you figure that out, usually it comes from some kind of core belief. Then you gotta get in there and wrestle with it and start dissolving that. And one way to do that is to reframe. So, for example, I've decided. When I started this Angry Therapist and everything, I've decided, and I felt the pressure of it. I decided that there is no failure for me with this journey. I completely eliminate that word. So you have to start redefining things. And when you redefine or eliminate words like that, it has less power over you. So that's one way. There's many ways to do this. But anyway, figure out what you're afraid of in your life. And it doesn't matter if we're talking about wanting to do something like a goal, or maybe, maybe you're a CrossFitter and you're afraid of a certain WOD, or if you're afraid to lift a certain weight, or you're afraid to progress, or you're not progressing because of certain fears. Figure out where those come from, because I guarantee you they stem deep, and they're based on these beliefs that you have. So if you change your beliefs, you can be less afraid. Everything ends and begins with your thoughts. All right, guys, happy Thursday. Be well.